Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Hope that you're doing great today. Thank you so much for being here. This has been quite a year, hasn't it? And I want to talk to you today about some thoughts on the perspective that we might have at the end of this period. It's been, in fact, 2 years, but this last year in particular, I think was more challenging because we didn't know what was going to be happening. We didn't know how things were going to unfold. And maybe our expectations were higher than they turned out to be. It was a challenging year. So I want to talk to you about living sensationally after 60 or surviving. And if we're just surviving, how we can lift that up and try to get some perspective on the opportunities that we have in front of us, to get through this time and be joyful and sensational. I love that word. Now, Lorraine Melendez is one of our bloggers, and she's a doctor, and she wrote this article for us about how to deal with this theme of stress, which she's really seeing a lot with her patients, and it's prevalent. It's worldwide. I mean, everybody, I think, is feeling stressed, and that stress has led to different physical issues like obesity, heart disease, immune system breakdown. I mean, we really have all, I know, been trying our very best to stay healthy and well, but that the stress of just worrying about the pandemic and friends around us getting sick and family, and it's just been incredible. And add to that, the social isolation of lockdown. We've all been in lockdown for many months of the year in one form or another. If we've had to go out, we wear masks or we take care. I mean, there's all kinds of results and impacts of that social isolation. And it's, and it leads to depression and sadness, and a sense that we're just not doing with our lives what we wanted to be doing. Especially, everyone's dealing with it, but as an older woman, you think, well, retirement was going to be the time where I was going to travel and I was going to make with friends and spend time with my family. And that just hasn't happened. In our world of 60andMe, we've had to, deal with the repercussions of that. And from it, of course, comes like as I mentioned earlier, obesity, overeating, drug use, alcohol abuse. It's not just our age group, but everyone has been tempted by ways to shut out the pain. I mean, it's just been too much. It is the perfect storm of stress, according to Lorraine, and she knows as a doctor. She actually is part of a group. I think it's called the 100-Year Lifestyle. It's all in her article, which I'll link to below. But it's basically the 100yearlifestyle.com, and they're looking through like the generations that have come before us. And I want to make sure I get these numbers because it's quite amazing. The people that have lived to be 100 have lived through Great Depressions, I think it's 3 of them, 22 recessions, multiple world wars, epidemics, 25 presidential elections in the United States, and they have thrived and strived and thrived successfully. What did they do? And I think that when she looks at one thing that they have done that more than anyone else, and it's just the one skill that we need to take on, is learning to adapt. Stress less, live more. But it's true. It's just that ability to adapt to situations and to not be pulled underwater by it, to be able to just, if you don't have this, you do that. And actually, we did learn this through the pandemic, didn't we? We learned how to, make food if we didn't have yeast, how to make bread that didn't rise. We just learned how to communicate with our grandkids over FaceTime and Skype, and we just made do, and we adapted to the situation. And Lorraine is saying that people that can adapt, especially she's looking at these people who have lived to be 100, they're able to just work on the essentials in order to live more with less stress, and to live sensationally, in their 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond, and not to just survive. Because if we take on that mindset, it is a path to sadness and often worse. So 5 essentials according to Lorraine. It's in the article, and I'm just going to follow through the article because I love what she's laid out here, and just reminding you in my own way of how it relates to me. The first was to accept the intelligent design of your body. This is a really cool one. It's basically to say, we know what to do. We can cope. We know how to deal with this. Our bodies are geared to adapt. That's what we do in evolution. This is how we evolve. And it's designed the body is designed to be well and not sick. It's got this kind of self-adapting quality. And, I think that's really powerful. The second thing is to live without fear. And health is your natural state. So you just want to not be worrying all the time that you're going to be sick. Worry is a really dangerous and difficult emotion, because when you worry about something, you extrapolate to all the extremes, like along a spectrum of concern, you end up worrying about everything. So, I think it's just understanding that your body can host these bacterias and fight them off, and we can survive. Your body is able to do that, and not to fear it, not to be fearful. It weakens you. Fear weakens you, so much. I'm sure you know this. And if you've got any comments along the way, by the way, please feel free to leave them and talk about this, because, as we reach this time of the year, I think, we just are looking back and thinking, wow, what an incredible time this has been. How do I do more than just survive? How do I thrive? The next thing that she talks about is motion is life. You've got to move. This is what this group of people who reached 100 all demonstrated. They didn't stop moving. Now, we are a bit of a sedentary community. I mean, I know I sit at my desk probably, 5 hours a day. I do try to walk a lot more than I used to, even just short walking, even around the room. I live in a studio, so I don't have much room, but I do have stairs to climb up, and I celebrate panting at the top of the stairs. It benefits your immune system. It gives you strength. It deals with fear. It deals with stress. So get out there and move. Regular daily exercise is not optional. As you get older, you've just got to use it as a tool to stay healthy. Another thing she talks about, this is number 4, I think, is that sunlight and diet do promote healthy living. Don't forget, Lorraine is a doctor. I mean, not that, we all know this. I mean, we don't need to be a doctor to know these things, but she has connected the dots, knows what is really contributing to a healthy lifestyle. Sunlight is a really, really big one. So if you're not taking vitamin D3 or out in the sun and it's real sunshine, then you need to supplement yourself. It's essential for the immune system, she says. And of course, eat healthy foods. If you can avoid eating a lot of processed foods, and I guess if anything, we have kind of learned to be better cooks over the last couple of years. We've learned how to take the basic ingredients and create magic. And we have a lot of recipes on our 60Me website too, so just check those out. But, try to avoid the things that have got chemicals in them that you can't pronounce. This is my rule. I look at the package and it's like, can't pronounce that. I don't think I want that in my body. But it's actually important for your organ functioning. And here's the deal. As you get older, we have used our heart quite a bit. We have used our stomach and our lungs. We have exercised their magic, but they're not going to last forever if we don't take care of them. And that also includes the brain. So if you're feeling like you need to exercise, by the way, I wanted to mention, we've got this really cool game section on 60andMe. You may not even know it's there. If you go to the homepage and look at the top, it says games, and you can go do puzzles and strategy games and poker and word games, all kinds of stuff, free of charge. You just have to just press the button, and that will help your brain. I love being with my grandchildren, because they actually help me through their learning to learn myself. Another final thing I think she mentions, and I love how she framed these. It's such a cool sentence. Your body is the best technology. It has the best technology. It's designed for everything to work together, despite all the insanity around us, all the craziness, all the jolts and the scarring and the broken bits to us. We've been through a lot. Our body is designed like a computer to correct itself, heal, compress the hard drive, organize memories. And it's like, it's a perfect machine. And it's not, life is like a marathon, right? We can sprint through various times in our lives, but it's not a marathon. It is a marathon. We've got to be in this for the long term and take care of our organs, our body, our mental state, our stress levels. And of course, she didn't mention it actually in this article, but meditation, mindfulness, doing things that are going to calm your nerves. I have used meditation so much this year. I've had some, like a siren going by. I've actually had some stress points, like all of you have, just points in my year where I just was, just under pressure. And I used my meditation, breathing exercises, and of course, from a health perspective, those are all good from the lungs and keeping your body healthy. So I hope that you take a look at Lorraine's article. I think you'll find it very, very useful. And from a doctor's perspective, I think it helps to reinforce the importance of these things. So are you on form for sensational 60s or surviving 60s? And trust me, there's nothing wrong with a surviving 60s. If you're dealing with stuff, just survive. Just do it. But if you can make it sensational by just making yourself feel like you're doing something constructive with movement, with exercise, with meditation, with food, with exercise, all those things, then all the better. If you enjoyed this video, guys, I would really, really appreciate it if you would press the thumbs up button. It's just underneath the video. That allows YouTube to spread it, to show it to more people. And then if you do love this channel, please subscribe, and you can always press the notification bell so you know when I put a new video up. I do 4 every week myself, and just, take advantage of that. And they're all free of charge to view, and we'd love to have your feedback and comments and participation. So take good care, everybody. Have a really sensational day. Have a fabulous day wherever you are. Be strong, be safe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye for now.